Disclaimer, copyrights enforced. The following is based on true events, facts, fiction, second-party observations, nonsense, hearsay, bullshit. You be the judge. One thing we guarantee is 100% pure entertainment. All names, places, persons, and things, etc. have been changed for privacy issues. This show is R-rated, may contain obscene language, nudity, not for persons under 18. Please listen responsibly. I'm ready, bros. I'm ready.
Float into a conversation.
Anyways, welcome, listeners. Blowhard Talkhard here with Julian and Rymer. Rymer!
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, good. Sabrina's on her way, FYI, listeners. So me and Rymer were just...
she may join us here in the conversation. We'll see where she's at.
Yeah, we're having a conversation regarding a lot of Rymer's theories on stocks and how he's got some game changer.
No, it's not. Hold on. We're talking gambling, first off, because the stock market is gambling, right?
It's a casino, yes. It's a casino. It's a casino. It's all full of shit. They do what they want, yes.
Yeah. And the house always wins.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No disagreement there.
And they can cheat the system, they can game the system.
Which they do, yes.
All the time. And I think a lot of people are interested in the stock market right now because of this big Reddit thing going on with the Wall Street bets.
I've heard of it, yes.
Yeah.
I've been vaguely listening to.
Yeah, and how they rallied a lot of people behind a stock and it went up from fuck all to like 300, almost $400.
But then it went down again, right?
Well, yeah, because it lost momentum. They go, someone made their millions, and it was like, okay.
Yeah, because I was watching on YouTube. He had a spike up all the way, then the next day or two, it went spiked right back down.
Yeah, and so I guess his argument was to stick it to the short sellers, and the short sellers are the people who go
bought it high and fucking got rid, and then when it never kept going high, they're fucked now.
They're fucked. Yeah,
that's called gambling, man.
That's exactly called gambling, and so. What I've been looking at is a stock called the Sports Center, right?
Not Sports Center. You said it was called the Score.
The Score, sorry, the Score.
See, look, you don't even know what you're going to buy.
I was thinking about the channel, the Score. And the Score, because it is such an influential app, all right, just already for sports and
so
games.
So influential, I don't even have it, but go on, I know what it is.
Yeah, so I check out the game highlights, etc. on there, see who's being traded, what's happening. And
being the host, I got sick of it, but that's why I don't really have the apps and care. But continue.
Yeah, okay. So it's already got a large market influence, and people who may not be gambling already online, moreover in Canada, might recognize going, hey, yeah, this is, the Score. Oh, I can make a bet. Yeah, I've got all the information here. Why don't I just put $10 on the Flames tonight?
Okay, but there is Canadian websites.
Not legally that I know of.
I could tell you Sports Interactive is, I don't want to promote them all, but they're all on Indian reserves.
Okay, so the indigenous community has the right to gambling on their nations, but whereas the rest of the country.
So where's the Score going to bet on? Bay Street?
Bingo. That's where the Score's betting on the stock market right there.
Like, what do you care where you're getting the winnings from, or you're paying your losers? If the guy's on an Indian reservation, or if he's on Bay Street? I'd rather give it to the Indian guy on the reservation.
I'm with you on that, but right now is a chance to capitalize on buying the stock. Right, the stock right now is like less.
Summarize your story because it's boring.
Because there was DraftKings that went up from $1 and change to almost $50. So if you put in like $1,000, you would have had $400,000, maybe $500,000.
Okay, listeners, I will summarize Rymer.
In less than a year.
He's excited because obviously he doesn't understand nothing about life. He thinks that this stock is, because it's a gambling stock, he's going to invest in it and it's going to make a skyrocket, which he's wrong. It's going to be like buying a bank stock. Slowly but surely, it'll go up. By the end of in 20 years, you'll make yourself money. But at the end of the day, gambling sites are around. I can tell you 50 of them off the top of my head. Those are legal. The illegal ones, who even knows how many of those are around. But you're going to buy into the Score app and become a big macho winner in the next 6 months, correct?
The money I'm putting in there is not going to make me a macho winner, but it's going to allow me to at least get a fancy coffee at Starbucks.
Thank you. So we told the listeners absolutely nothing. But actually, let me tell you a funny story about real.
Better be funny after you fucking downwash.
After you depress the people for 5 minutes.
No, you brought it down. You brought it down.
No, I'll
you
bring
were the
it
guy
up
against
again.
the market. I'm like, let's do it, guys. I'm a
Fuck the stocks.
the consumer index with me is like, woohoo.
Silver, I listened to it. You think it's going to go up. You're going to make a lot of money. The next day, it's fucking back down to where it is, and now it's boring again.
You got to sell high and just get out there and say, listen, I got my money. You're not going to do better.
Just before we came, actually, because the casinos are closed, he was telling me I don't know why, I haven't seen him in a long time, but let's pretend they have a lot of money, which they do. So he was telling me about how they used to go, I went over the casino over there that week. This is the way he was talking, right?
Yeah.
He goes, fucking lost 40 grand, fuck it. Then he's mumbling a little bit. Next week, I pulled the $40 slots, I won 30,000.
Wow.
I'm like, okay. But again, he's not excited when he's telling me these stories, right? Real gamblers don't give a shit, win or lose. Because that's what they do. They win, they lose, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
that's their life.
They've got ice in their veins. They don't feel. They
don't feel. He goes, they won 20. But the funny story, one time he told me, he was sitting there, his buddy goes, wait 10 minutes. This happened to me once too. But mine was not even too close to this. So he goes, okay. He's been up for a day doing whatever. And he goes, I played black in the VIP room again. 1,000 a hand, 3 hands he's got. It's 3 a.m. And then the dealer's got another couple of players. So he deals whatever. Now the dealer, before he finishes the hand, he falls asleep. Like he blacks out. So the pit boss taps him on the shoulder and goes, hey buddy, you won. He goes, what? And he looked and he won. Like he won 4 grand or whatever the fuck he won. Imagine the cards being dealt to you and you're not even paying attention and you just look and you fall asleep. Like, that's fucked up, no?
Yeah, that's kind of amazing. It'd be nice to wake up to go, oh, here's 4 grand.
Yeah, but he just nodded off. How long did it take her to finish the dealing? Another 5 seconds? And he just literally, his concentration just, he was out.
Yeah, that story put me to sleep, just like that guy.
Yeah, well, you know what, man. But he goes, then he starts laughing. I woke up, I think I doubled down on one. I won 4,500. I'm like, okay.
Where was this, in Vegas?
No, this is here. They used to drive back and forth to Niagara.
Do they pump oxygen into the Niagara, like these local casinos?
They probably won't admit it, but I think they do.
They do, eh?
They won't admit it.
I definitely have had that euphoria just walking through a casino in Vegas, just smelling the air, going, oh yeah, I feel kind of way more awake.
Did you go to the one that was the one that had the sky painted on? Like it's like a blue, like a sun, like today outside. What's that one? Was that called the Paris one? There's one hotel in Vegas, the whole ceiling
not the Bellagio, the Venice.
Across the street is the Venice one.
The Venice one, yeah. Like where you're walking through.
No, when you're in the actual casino,
yeah.
When you look up, the ceiling is painted like the sky.
Yeah, so when you're walking through there, right, there's these big hallways and there's a big sky.
That's the Italian feature one. I'm not trying to talk about. I'm not talking about decoration wise. I'm talking about they made the sky so you don't know if it's night or day. Is my point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't matter. So there's all trickery.
If anybody knows out there, tell us.
It's all mind. Yeah. Okay, listeners. If anybody can describe the hotel that has the sky. There's no clocks. There's no exit signs.
No.
I
have seen exit signs.
Very small for some reason. There's no real the bathroom sign.
Yeah.
There's not like big guiding things. This way out. No.
No.
They want you to walk around in a fucking circle and pass a few more slot machines and lose a little bit more.
Grab another drink, and then now you're sitting back down. You're in the.
But I remember the sky one because it was 4 a.m. and it felt like it was daytime. Like you were so confused. Like literally, it was weird.
Yeah. No, I arrived in Vegas at 10 o'clock at night. Fucking took a time. I was exhausted because I transferred from Toronto to Chicago
Yeah,
to
you went
DC.
Welfare style. Got it.
Yeah. I was saving $200.
20 stops to save $100.
I was saving $200 on the trip.
They should put you in a cargo, one where you have your little dog.
But it's Christmas time. It's Christmas time.
Oh, you got the Christmas.
I got the whole Christmas. Yeah, no, I got the whole Christmas special, and $25 a night. I arrive at the casino. I'm like, fuck it.
Which hotel did you stay at?
I stayed at Stratosphere. At Christmas, it's the largest vacancy on the planet Earth is Christmas time in Las Vegas, because nobody's there. Everybody's at home. So you can get rooms that are normally like $200, $300, $400, $500 for like a buck to a dime. Yeah, you got to book it.
Okay, I figured people would still go at Christmas.
No, there's lack of entertainment. It's like fuck, and then you realize I made a mistake, and now I'm walking through the lobby. I set my bags down. I'm thinking, you know what? I'm gonna take a bath, but first maybe I should just take a walk through the casino. I'm walking through the casino going, oh, yeah. Fucking night. All of a sudden, it was just like the air just woke me up. And like a few
Did a
bing,
girl
bing,
come up
bings.
to you and give you a business card?
No, that was later on in the
Flower
evening.
delivery service?
No flower delivery, but a girl did like, oh, hey.
Well, we were in
We made
Vegas.
eyes. I'm like, oh, shit.
When we were
Maybe
in
she's trying to
Vegas,
pick me
this
up.
girl walked up to me. She goes, here you go. My service is flower delivery service. I go, that's fucking pretty smart. She was an escort.
And then on all the corners, there's like somebody handing you on a flyer, girl, hot.
Fuck yeah. No, so the ones that don't pay,
Sucky.
the ones that don't pay the pit bosses and stuff, they kick them out of the hotels. Oh. So you have to know, right? But this one here has a scam, and it's like flower delivery service. There was 8 of us.
Yeah.
And we called her. Oh, that's another story for another day.
Yeah.
But
the offer was a private dance. Do you want a private dance?
that's what she told you.
Yeah, because you're not allowed to solicit in Las Vegas.
That's right.
But,
That's why she had flower delivery service.
Right. So if she gives you a private dance, that's cool and that's not illegal.
Yeah. She
You gotta
just
tip
figures
for
out an
extra.
angle. But yeah, the want to dance kind of stupid.
Yeah.
I remember when we were there, it was like, I think at Caesars, this old man was with this one escort for sure. Like this girl, her wardrobe must have cost, I guarantee you this girl was $10,000 a night. Because her wardrobe, I remember looking at her, she was a 20 out of 10, and her clothes, her shoes, her style must have been at least 10,000.
Wow.
So like this girl was like dressed like with the Louis Vuittons, the bags, the hair, and the old man was fully fucking. It was just great to see her.
She was with somebody, or she was working.
Well, she was with a client, I guess, an older guy.
Yeah, Lady Luck. Was she worth? Did she look like she was worth the 10 grand?
Fucking right. Oh yeah.
Bam,
The
there
one
you
that
go.
gave me the flower delivery service was she's just a regular girl, right? But
Right.
this one here, you knew you had to pay.
Sometimes a lady's value is that of a flower, and sometimes it's that of a diamond.
That of a Louis Vuitton bag and shoes.
Yeah.
and fucking-
One of those custom Louis Vuitton bags. that
She's
they only
those
keep
type of
behind the
girls who
counter.
buy the lingerie. When they go buy that lingerie, this set costs $1,000. I go on Amazon, it's $12. I could buy you stockings for $8. Like, what's this fucking? These stockings are silk sheer from France. They're $400. I'm like, $400? They're $8.99 at Shoppers.
Yeah, they come both from the same Chinese factory, just a different package label.
Getting back to the casino, your little score thing and the gambling and all that, it's very interesting because people do miss the gambling part right now. It's like the male camaraderie because of the COVID. So I even phoned my buddy who builds tables, poker supplies guy.
Okay.
And I go to him, I want a table for March because I want to start a little fun family game at my place.
Friends and family.
Yeah, just friends and family only. But he goes, yeah, you got to wait, Julian. He's like, everybody's building. My on-site workers aren't allowed to be here. So they're all making the tables at their houses as we get the orders because we're behind. Shit. I go, why? He goes, well, everybody's at home, man. They all want to have a game like you do, friends and family. I'm like, really? Eh? He goes, well, the real casinos are closed.
Yeah.
You ever go to the casino? You see me line up? There's a waiting list to play poker?
Yes.
It's ridiculous. There's a fucking 4-hour lineup, and there's already 40 tables on the go. So he goes, these people are just playing, and people want to sit around and make those comments. You don't have to have a big money game where, like I was telling you before, my buddy plays $1,000. Okay, those guys are different. Just the regular guys to sit down and lose $100.
Sit down, shoot the shit,
Have a drink, exactly.
Trash talk, have some fun. It's nothing serious.
Yes, those are the guys, and that's the what everybody misses. But the real casinos, like he was playing, and I don't even know if I should say this, when they were at a casino in the wintertime, the guy beside him, like they found him in the morning, he melted in the snow, like he's committed suicide because I think he lost everything.
Oh, wow.
But I heard that's a regular thing, like the way people jump in the subway.
Right.
They don't tell you about it, but it happens almost every day.
Man, yeah, people down on their luck. And
No, he wasn't down on his luck. He went down on his luck on purpose. He had no discipline. So he goes there, he banks and loses 50 grand. That's all the money he has. Shit. And then he freezes to death because I don't know what the fuck is going on. I never heard that like that.
When I was a kid, we were going to the casino. I was like 18 out west. You go to the Stampede Casino. It was there Monday to Friday.
Calgary.
Yeah. It used to be, I don't know if it still is the case, but it's the largest casino in North America during the Stampede.
Oh, well, that's because the people or because of the fucking...
volume and money and all that bullshit that goes through there.
Oh, okay.
But anyways,
bigger than
when we were
Vegas?
kids in high school, bigger than Vegas.
Oh, wow.
Just for 10 days.
Okay.
And we would go there, but it was always sad. Like sometimes you just like, you start your day with a $5 table, right? Just playing some blackjack, and there'd be that guy who was like, man, I've got to win this hand. I've just spent my check, and if I don't have it, I got no money for the rest of the month. And I'm like, man, that is unfortunate, like that down on your luck. You're an adult making adult decisions. It's tough. I get it. But you're jonesing to make,
Okay, listen.
And they tell you the story they're up. I'm like,
you don't know about gamblers. It's an addiction, bro. Don't make it seem like it's it's hard.
oh no, I was hooked. I was hooked for a while, brother.
But if you're hooked to the point where your fucking life is hanging on a fucking
Never that point.
on a football bet, on a one play, one pass, one card, hey man, the freezing in the snow, people jump out of windows. What are you gonna do? But the fucked up thing is, he was telling me that this one guy beside him, now I'll make it like a funnier part, he goes that he was sitting there and he was Asian, this guy. Nothing to do with the Asian people, but they like to gamble, let's be honest. So do the Greeks, some Greek. Sure. But they wear diapers because they can't leave the table because it's jinx.
Oh.
And he goes that he whispered to the pit boss first. He goes, hey, this guy shit his pants. He shit his pants. Like, can you please tell him? So the fucking pit boss goes up to the guy and goes, hey, blah, blah, blah. So the Chinese guy started, I don't know what he said to him. He goes, yes, whatever. So anyways, 10 minutes goes by, and now they change dealers and pit bosses, just random timing. And the guy doesn't still go. So now my buddy goes, hey, he looks at him and goes, I'm going to fucking tell you, go fucking change your diaper, man. You smell like shit. I'm freaking out over here. The fucking guy went, right away, he went to the fucking washroom. Because this guy's bigger than me. Like this guy who told him, he's like a monster. And he goes, hey man, we told you nicely, go fucking change your diaper. And
I've never encountered that, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, and he goes, the smell of it was so terrible that this guy here, and this is what I'm talking about to you. Don't tell me about wagering. This guy's prepared with diapers and his shit's in his ass.
I'm telling you about the sad sack. I'm not telling you about the guy with like fucking shit in his sack.
But think about how desperate these people and how their mentality.
I mean, that's also a good strategy if you're just trying to fucking just play all day and not move from the table.
That's a good strategy. That's one of the most depressing things I've ever fucking heard. Because it's jinx to leave the table, so I'll just fill up a diaper of shit. And everybody around me is like, what the hell?
It's bad luck to be superstitious.
It is. I believe in the evil eye, whatever, but you know what, man? Again, gambling, if you fall into it like that category, it's like being a heroin addict. You're in big trouble.
Yeah.
You know what? On that note, let's take a little break, and we'll be back, listeners.
Hey, listeners, with 2020 behind us, thank God. We got 2021 coming up. It's going to be an incredible year for Blow Hard, Talk Hard. Our numbers have been through the roof. That's right. And you guys have been a part of our journey. We want you to continue to share and like, subscribe, and download Blow Hard, Talk Hard. We're going to be blowing out the new year like it's New Year's every day. Join us. Welcome back, listeners. The Blow Hard, Talk Hard. We're just talking gambling here. And you were just starting a story on the Auto Trader?
We weren't talking about gambling. We're talking about casinos, how they're they're
the stock market. It's all gambling. It's all gambling. Get out of the house.
Again, going back to this guy that I was with, he was telling me this. Like, he actually told me quite a bit of stories. Too long. We could talk for hours. But there's this thing that is on the market. It's like it's a computer that people say you give it $1,000, and it buys stocks and trades stocks for you all day, and at the end of the week you could be plus 1,000, minus 1,000. You trust this computer algorithm program, whatever.
A bot. Is that what it is?
It's a what?
A bot. B-O-T.
I guess.
Yeah.
And it does whatever for you, and all the big banks want to fucking get this thing out. You know why?
Because it's got no emotion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People, what do you do when you see something going up and down? You're like, oh, fuck, the day traders. Okay, do I sell it now? Then you do, and all of a sudden it goes up another $2. You're like, fuck, I just lost times how many shares?
Yeah.
Or
well, you were saying this earlier. The difference between pros and trumps is the pros have ice in their veins. They go, you know what? It's time to sell. And they might have lost like an extra $1,000. Doesn't matter. It's time to step up.
That's right.
I don't feel nothing.
Discipline. Yeah, but that's very hard.
Yeah.
And this program takes away the emotion, and that's what the bankers want. They need your emotion.
They do.
Because that's how they ruin you. Because eventually your emotions are gonna fuck with you, and you're gonna make a mistake.
Yeah, I was listening to.
Did you hear of this program though?
I've heard about this. I was about to say there was someone who this podcast Planet Money set up a bot to buy and sell based on what Donald Trump was saying about the markets that day. And I don't know how this tweeting that day. So they had a bot follow his tweets, and then this bot would buy based on what these tweets said. So this thing.
But what was Trump talking about? Stocks, or he was just
sometimes he'd be talking stocks. His overall feeling about his his morale about the economy, and then things would go up.
So the bot would listen and
buy accordingly.
Okay, so this thing here that my buddy was telling me,
I can't remember if they came out ahead or behind.
He said it was on YouTube,
yeah,
and stuff. But then we went to find it, but it's not there no more. Like, when did you hear about this?
I heard about this maybe beginning 2019 or something like that.
Yeah. So is it off? You think? You think they?
I think they still exist, man. If you can make a bot, if you can make a program, why wouldn't you keep doing it if you're making money?
Yeah, because I would give somebody $1,000 to say, here, go for it. It's the same thing. Like for me to do all the research on all these companies, like you think you know something.
Yeah.
And at the end, like, remember I mentioned that story about the $5,000, the next day was off the market?
Yeah.
Like, why not? I bet you that bot can fucking do all the monies, the calculations, way better than our brain can. Unless
Boom. Goes, you made this much money, this is all you need, get out.
And that's why, and it doesn't do it with emotion. It does it with facts and figures, and I think that's why because the big bankers, they just want you to lose everything.
Of course.
The speed of light.
The house wants to win. They're going to tease you a little bit, and then they go, okay.
What are people like us called? Average Joes, I guess they call us.
If we're in the stock market, we'd be like day traders or...
No. A day trader is a guy who sits down...
all day and stares at the screen.
Pat, you have no mic, Pat, you can't hear you, so you just bleep it.
Yeah, producer Pat, we're retail. We're not a shop.
So we're no threat to them. Like to the big people.
No, and that's why
we can't change like a score in football game. You know how like in football the line is 7, Buffalo Bills got to win by 7.
Yeah.
All of a sudden before the game starts, it's Buffalo's got to win by 6.5. You know why? Because all the money was going on the other side, so the spread went down. But that was a good amount of money to make it move. So somebody might have put $1 million on the fucking Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
To make that half a point difference.
Yeah.
But in the stock market, for us to make a stock go up and down, we can't do that.
That's what this whole GameStop was about.
It.
Yeah, Warren Buffett. Yeah.
Warren Buffett, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. That's why this GameStop thing was big news last week, because a bunch of people got together over a period of time and built some momentum and bought stock until it went up.
Average
up.
Joe people?
Average Joe people. Although there is a lot of rumor that there is like some big money behind it as well.
There has to.
Because they're remaining anonymous.
I've seen the spikes. The spike was huge.
Huge. People are throwing not just, some people are throwing $100 in, some people are throwing 100,000 in.
Those are the game-changing kind of guys. Like the guy who buys $1,000, $1,000's a lot, not nobody, but it's definitely not game-changing money.
No. It's not.
I can't see a stock.
So you have thousands of people buy thousands.
And then the next day, how many days before it went back down?
It was once it peaked, it was almost overnight.
2 days.
Yeah.
And then it went right down to the bottom again.
Yeah, but the short sellers lost out in that.
Of course, because they probably bought it in the midpoint, the 3/4 point, even maybe the high point, thinking it's going to go higher.
Yeah.
And then it crashed. So who made all the money there?
Not me. I didn't put any money into it.
No, but if you're the big shot guy, you bought it low.
Yeah.
And you sold it.
High, of course.
And then you knew when it went back down, you probably bought it again and said, fuck everybody.
But hear a story about a guy who put in $25,000 and sold it $4 million? Because he was in at that right point?
He went right at the bottom. Well,
Yeah.
that's how you did it. Because I seen the peak on the graph. It went up like how many? Like I don't know, percentage-wise, like 1,000%. It was
ridiculous.
Huge.
It was like buying Tesla back in the day.
Like that's a game changer. Well, not even a game. You had to watch that thing in a day. You had to have your account, the money, everything ready.
Yeah.
You buy, and then right away you soil. But you have see that's why that was a fix. And then they put a cap on the average Joe. He was only allowed to buy one stock.
Well, that was with this app called Robinhood.
Robinhood.
And Robinhood's going to be advertising during the Super Bowl coming up. Yeah. And Robinhood is trying to capitalize, even though they've been, they're being sued and getting screwed over, and I don't know, it's a hot
This year
mess.
they're not even going to do too many Super Bowl advertisements because there's nobody's got money to pay $5 million an ad.
No, well, no, they I think the stock, the commercials.
Commercials,
stocks, they've gone up in value.
I don't know.
Yeah, because everybody's going to be at home watching the game.
I know, but
you know who's going to the game?
Who?
Supposedly they're giving away. I don't know if this is all true, but I've heard free
20
tickets. Free tickets to anybody who's got a COVID vaccine or vaccination.
I heard something like that too.
Yeah.
But I heard there's going to be over 25,000 people in Tampa.
Yeah.
Anyways, you know what?
Good luck, Florida.
Let's see about this game. Let's give our prediction. What do you think's going to win?
Brady.
Brady, Tommy boy?
Yeah.
Pat, what do you think? I'll say it for you.
I don't want to see the Bucks win, but
Okay, Pat, it's just give us your prediction, my friend.
Come on, throw it out.
okay, we'll go with the Bucks.
The Bucks? I'll give it a quick, because I'm the host. I get a couple of more extra time, seconds to talk.
He's gonna break it down.
See, Brady's a super. He's like, I thought Green Bay was going to fuck him up but you know what? He proved he could win in a tough place.
Yeah.
Kansas City, that little fucking guy, Mahomes, and he throws it to that little fucking number 10, who's like a speedster, Hill. So they both, and Buffalo had no experience. I'm going to say Brady is going to lose, but Kansas City's going to win. But it's going to be like 30 to shootout style, 35 to 31.
Oh man, I'd love to see a Super Bowl that actually has a super shootout like that. It's been a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Come down to the last play.
It'll come down. That's why the spread's 3. KC. Julian says KC. Rymer says Tampa Bay. Pat says Tampa Bay. What the fuck do we all know?
Right?
Julian,
Rymer.
we're out, people. Enjoy the game. Enjoy your week. Buy some stocks. Do some gambling. I don't know.
Don't forget to save the money.
Enjoy your life. We're out.